Phone him going, get on StreamYard now.
Yeah, I'm here for 103. Yep, day 103 of watching Adam's Family Values. Now, I want to address something first. I was recently told that if I wanted to, I could, for my mental health, that I could step away from this challenge, and that it's already more than most people would do. But I remember that I had originally said that I would do these until either one, my mental health broke completely, snapped, or two, that I finished it completely at my 365. So, even at the risk of my mental health, I am still going to do these. I care that the person said said what they said, but I am going to continue this as long as I can. This means a lot to me, and it just is. It's maybe tough at times because of the content, but this really does mean a lot to me, and I am going to continue this as long as my mental state will allow me to. So, where, yeah, but on my 103rd watch, on my 103rd day. Oh, and just so you know, yes, I will. I will strive so hard to make it to the 365. Yes, I will. I will not stop until either, like I said, either my mental just goes snaps, or two, because this challenge that I'm doing, I care so much about that I'm even putting my mental health at risk just to complete it, just to continue it. I I don't take this lightly, you know. This is something I'm really striving for, something I really work for, and something I'm really just so eager to continue and do and finish. So, yeah. Um yeah. Well, so on my 103rd day, on my 103rd watch of watching Adam's Family Values, on my 103rd day, I noticed that there could and probably was another thing. So that is what Wednesday ate, possibly at home, or more than likely. Be- I I figured it out that at her house, that behind that behind where Wednesday, Pugsley, Fester, Lurch, Grandmama live, and thing, that that they have and grow pumpkins. It could be another section of where Lurch waters, but they grow pumpkins because pumpkins grow in sandy soil best. And what is a ingredient of what is made up a lot of sand? Gravestones. So a mausoleum and all those gravestones and the graveyard and all that would be a wonderful and perfect place to grow pumpkins. And so it it doesn't seem within the realm of possibility and more likely that besides the honey, Wednesday does have a almost endless supply of pumpkins to eat because for a family that Fester can just put a light bulb in his mouth and Morticia can be pregnant without even looking it and just such a family like the Adams. I wouldn't put it past them to be able to have you know a way to just grow and like she more than likely eats them like once a day or maybe 3 times a day or I don't know, but often. So I've already figured out she eats honey um, because I've explained why in my previous videos that I figured out, determined, deduced everything. I that proof all spread out my entire series of all the things I figured out and why and how. And um, besides that, so it makes sense that she would eat pumpkins where she lives. And yeah, I mean, think about it. In the first one, they had the finger trap, you know, and at their when they do their play in the first one, they use tons of fake blood. So it being Halloween all the time there, it would, you know, make sense that they would have pumpkins and that Lurch would grow the pumpkins and work on the pumpkins pretty regularly. And so if he's always growing new pumpkins and that graveyard has to be huge, that it fits that I mean, if you have a pumpkin field that has that as big of uh, if you have the graveyard or at least part of the graveyard be a pumpkin patch, you have I mean the the sandy soil is just makes it so that it's you know and the timing fits as well because they send Wednesday and Pugsley on the like for summer camp. Well, the pumpkins you plant them in the spring so that they're ready in fall. But Wednesday is the type that wouldn't care. That's why I say she would just eat them whenever she wanted to. She drinks poison for goodness sake. She wouldn't care if the pumpkin she chooses is ripe or not ripe. I think they probably just plant a ton and just, you know, so yeah, because, we always see the front of the Adams house, but we never see the back except in the graveyard. So we don't know how vast their property line is. So they could have an endless supply of pumpkins. I wouldn't put it past the Adams to not have as much or even trees that have the bees in it for them to do that. I mean, remember, Grandmama is into magic. She could have actually enchanted, you know, pumpkins to always grow, or trees to always grow honey and bees. So Yeah. And the fact that each one of Grandmama's curses have come true and worked, which I've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt in my previous videos, since those curses have came to life and came true. Um, last one was Debbie. You know, the she had put a curse on Debbie so that she would come back and help the Adams in whatever way they wanted, which to Grandmama was the perfect curse because Grandmama put it on her when she was not helping the Adams, when she was being completely selfish. So she put the curse on Debbie, and then so that when she died, which she knew, I mean, you could tell from how she acted after she put the curse on her that she knew Debbie was going to die. She knew it. Um, that she knew Debbie would come back that way with that purpose. So yeah, and we see it at the very end of Adam's Family Values when so because that's Debbie's hand that comes out of the grave. Yep, I know. So yeah, well, um, as I normally conclude these, I will say, da 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 da